Hi there, Hillary fans. This is your HillaryMan with an update for April 17th, 2008. It's just 5 days before the Pennsylvania Democratic primary. The polls have narrowed, and it's going to be an interesting fight to the finish. I still think Hillary has a great shot of winning the state, and most certainly winning in Indiana. During the last few days, a number of papers have given their endorsements, and I thought today we'd talk about newspapers. If you saw my last update, you might have seen a photographer behind me clicking off photos. Well, he is Matt McLean. He's a photographer for the Rocky Mountain News. They did an article entitled Serial Donors, in which they talked about the motivations for Hillary and Obama supporters to give small sums of money over time. And this photo right here was taken back there on the wall, and it's been an amazing experience going through caring about something so greatly, having somebody recognize that you're doing good work, ask you about it, photograph you, and put you in the newspaper. It's been a great treat, and the links to the article do appear on my myspace.com/HillaryMan site, also on YouTube in my channel, underneath the description for this video. On to endorsements. There are a number of papers who have given endorsements to Barack Obama, and one who gave an endorsement to Hillary. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the substance of these endorsements. Many of them are lengthy, and I do value them. Why? Because these smart journalists get the chance to ask questions, and of the candidates, they get access that we don't. And I think their opinions do matter. However, I have to disagree with many of them. The Scranton Times-Tribune says, on policy matters, there are more similarities than differences between the candidates. The real difference lies in their likely ability to build consensus needed to realize their vision. The advantage in that regard clearly lies with Mr. Obama. And then the Philadelphia Inquirer wrote, given that Barack Obama is the best Democrat to lead this nation past the nasty partisan Washington-as-usual politics that have blocked consensus on Iraq, politics that never blinked at the greedy subprime mortgage schemes that could spawn a recession, politics that have greatly diminished our country's stature in the world. Obama inspires people to action, and while inspirations alone is not enough to get the job done, it's a necessary ingredient to begin the hard work. What I find interesting about both of these endorsements is that they talk about intangibles. They talk about inspiration, and they talk about unification. And what I think is unfortunate here is that the articles forget that Hillary has the ability to unite individuals. She has, in her work in the Senate and as First Lady, gotten some things done by working with folks on both sides of the aisle. And while there's a lot of good feelings that Obama has brought up, I don't necessarily agree that he's the only one who can unite. He's the only one who can get the job done. The Daily Pennsylvanian agrees. They write, but while Obama's charisma far outshines that of Senator Hillary Clinton, her public service, political experience, and tenacity tell us not only yes we can, but also how we can. As such, we endorse Clinton for the Democratic Party's nomination for president. Now, this is a special endorsement because it comes from a student newspaper, and that's a demographic Obama's won squarely. I understand that 45 out of 50 student newspapers have endorsed him, so this is kind of an exciting thing to have. What I like about this one is that it clearly articulates the position of most Hillary supporters, is that she not only has experience, but she can act. Not only does she have vision, and a vision that's not too much unlike that of Barack Obama's, but it's one that she can deliver on. So I commend the Daily Pennsylvanian. I think the most intriguing pro-Obama endorsement from the state of Pennsylvania came from the Philadelphia Daily News. They write, there is a way to match Clinton's and Obama's performances on a relatively equal playing field, their campaigns. A candidate's campaign may be the best indicator of how he or she will govern. If so, an Obama administration would be well-managed, inclusive, and astonishingly broad-based. It would make good use of technology and communicate a message of unity and, yes, hope. Based on his experience running a $250 million enterprise with thousands upon thousands of volunteers, we can expect an Obama administration to be well-managed and cost-effective, with the president choosing forward-thinking advisors committed to his program and demanding that they work as a team and pay attention to details. This one's actually interesting, and I commend the Philadelphia Daily News on trying to find some platform, some credible evidence to support their claim that he's the better candidate, instead of touching on intangibles of just inspiration, motivation, and the ability to unite, which is an untested ability to unite. In this article, they talk squarely about their campaigns, and I've heard a lot about that from the pundits. What I would tell you is that a political campaign is a marketing effort, and the Obama people have most certainly done it better. It did use new media. It has been broad-based and broad-reaching, and did not target and segment like traditional marketing did. I would commend the Obama campaign for the work that they've done, because they've done a fantastic job of marketing. But the work that's done in Washington, the day-to-day grinds and rigors of getting legislation passed, of brokering deals between the different balances of power in order to make sure that the greater good is served, is something that can't be done with marketing. It can't be done with some flashy paint and a nice icon, some branding. It has to be done with knowledge and experience, with humility, and with the understanding of what's at stake, and the best way to get where they're going. And I believe most certainly Hillary Clinton has that in spades. I commend the Philadelphia Daily News on a great course of reasoning. However, I think the reasoning is flawed. I understand that the difference between marketing and politics, and I encourage them to investigate that difference, because most certainly the gap is great. With that, I want to encourage all of you to go and get involved in the campaign. Please give some money to the campaign. Hillary most certainly needs some money to kind of shore up the gaps. If you look at the Philadelphia spending, I mean, she's got not a lot of money going out in the airways, and he's got tons of cash. If she's going to compete in Philadelphia, in Scranton, and all of the cities in the state of Pennsylvania, and then move on to Indiana, North Carolina, through the primary calendar, she's going to need the resources. She also needs you to get on the phone and to contact voters and tell them why you support Hillary, and to get the message out. The other thing you can do is travel. I'm coming to Indiana from May 4th through the 6th, maybe the 3rd to the 6th, to help support the efforts there. And if any of you would like to go along and join my efforts, please give me an email. You can reach me at myspace.com/HillaryMan. That's myspace.com/HillaryMan. You can also email me at HillaryManUS@yahoo.com. That's HillaryManUS, that's one word, at yahoo.com. In short, I appreciate your time, your energy, and most certainly, go Hillary.